All right. Today, Chido Obi Martin went ahead to obviously make his first start for the club of Manchester United in the under-18s. And guess what? He has gone ahead to obviously bang himself a hat-trick for the club of Manchester United, and that was the under-18s. The Danish striker came up and obviously represented to the fullest and went ahead to obviously raise the bar to the levels that none of the people are really even talking about. And this is the United Matters channel. We are going to be talking about the academy youngsters. We're going to be talking Chido Obi Martin. We're going to be talking Amade Diallo. We are going to be talking Garnacho. We are going to be talking Mainoo, right? And I think we're into the right sense of mind to obviously have something to say about this. So smash the like button close to 200 times and don't forget to subscribe. And today has been one of those days that we've been hugely waiting in for Chido Obi Martin to obviously come up and obviously play part into the game of Manchester United under 18s. And I just couldn't wait to see how things really pan out for Manchester United under 18s. And guess what? They came up and obviously put out a very huge shift in there for you, and they really put in a very huge show in there for you. And one will be like, Rokani, what of Sedu Kone is still one of those players that is really above 18. I don't think that he really qualifies to play for the under 18s, and good enough he's part of the first team, and if he's training with the first team, that really speaks volumes into his nearing the point of obviously getting into the starting 11 for the club of Manchester United. I tell you he can, because we are really having very huge problems with that midfield, with Mainoo away and having only Manuel Ugarte, having only Casemiro and Eriksson in there for you. I think we'll obviously find ourselves in a position of obviously getting in some other player. Now, Chido Obi Martin in the first minute went ahead and obviously got himself a goal. 4 minutes later, he made it 2, and 9 minutes later, he made it 3. He completed his hat-trick in just 14 minutes. But one thing to note about this beautiful game of football is that 2 of those goals were not assists coming in through from the players of Manchester United. They were just gifts, like the defenders defended sloppily and he never really looked back. He went ahead and obviously buried those goals. But for me, he has what we call the number 9 instincts, right? He has those number 9 instincts. So, you know, the instincts of a number 9, he really finds himself in a position that magic is really going to be happening in. So that is the other huge attribute of Chido Obi Martin in all the games he's playing for the club of Manchester United. And a hat-trick so far, and we know to it that he went ahead to score 30 goals plus when he was at Arsenal last season, and comes in through to put in the required shift altogether. And I tell you, he's really a very good guy, and he's really great as a player, and I believe that he's really gonna find himself putting in the required shift all together. Now, let me show you how United went ahead to line up today at Carrington. And one of the youngsters that I want to talk about hugely is known as Shea Lacy, who is really also up and running. Now, Brain Hughes was in goal. Fitzgerald played as a right back. Plunkett played as the left back. Armour played as a left-sided centre back, and Monroe played as a right-sided centre back. Fletcher, one of the twins, played as a CDM alongside Thwout in the double pivot. Then Ibrahimov was also on target, some talented central attacking midfielder. I think you should spare some time and really have a look at him. Scanlon is another player that scored, left attacking midfielder. Shea Lacy, right attacking midfielder, and Chido Obi Martin, who scored a hat-trick, was leading the line. But the point of discussion is on this guy, Shea Lacy, and he's like a Mason Greenwood. For everything that you think you loved about Mason Greenwood, go ahead and obviously Google about a lad called Shea Lacy. You will love the guy. I tell you, his skills are really out of this world, and the way he maneuvers space is really very good. And this is the guy that you have to obviously give a lot of attention to detail too, and very soon you'll find him getting into the team of Manchester United. When I look at him play, he reminds me of Mason Greenwood. That is it. He reminds me of Mason Greenwood. He's short, the short power, the way he skips past players, the way he goes ahead to obviously put in shifts in there, the way he runs past players. Guys, he's another talent to watch, and I tell you, he's one of those that I think missed out onto the preseason because we went ahead to find himself injured. But I tell you, he's a talent in making, and every day he really grows into a very beautiful kind of player. And what makes him a very different kind of player altogether is that he's left-footed, but he can be played onto the left side of the attacking midfield, and also he can be played on the right of the attacking midfield. So that makes him exceptional, and I think he's one of those stars that I believe will soon impress Erik ten Hag to obviously get into the team. And I think his recurring injuries have gone ahead to obviously hinder his development into the first team of Manchester United, but other players are also making way. So that's what I had to talk about Chido Obi Martin coming in through, and I think is knocking into to get into the first team. I know Ten Hag is going to give him time because when you look at our center forwards, we are really having two, and there is no way the guy is really going to go past Ethan Whitley. And I know he'll have to look that good to obviously find himself into the team of Manchester United, because Ethan Whitley is still ahead of him, and Chido Obi Martin has to prove himself that he's really that giant killer. And I know he's really good. He's really a good striker. The body is really great. And he reminds me of Rashford, though his skill set looks better than that of Marcus Rashford into the mix. Now, there is another youngster called Joe Heigel who was loaned to Wigan, and he's really playing very well. You get? He's really playing very well, and he has come out and obviously spoken to the media on how everything is really going down at the side of Wigan. And so far this season, he has played 8 games and he has 2 goals right into the Football League. In the Football League trophy, he has played 1 game and 1 goal. That is it. So he has so far played 10 games and has 3 goals. And for a striker at that age, I think it's really giving for him, and he has come out and obviously had something to say about the youngsters that were at Manchester United. He played with them, and they've gone ahead to blossom and obviously become some huge guys. Now, he said, I said the same time as Garnacho, he's progressed spectacularly. It's the same with Ahmad. It takes time to adapt sometimes. Kobbie Mainoo is also exploding in the first team. I've played with him, and he hasn't changed his way of playing. He added and said, the freedom, the ball control, Mainoo's way of finding the pass, he's always had it all. He's always had all that. It shows that there is a pathway to the first team, and that's where I want to be too. Now, he needs to obviously pull a rabbit out of a hat for him to get to the team of Manchester United. If you know, you know. That team of Manchester United is really having players that are really ahead of him. I've talked about Chido Obi Martin, I tell you, though he hasn't gone ahead obviously to play for the first team, and Joe Heigel went ahead obviously get his debut, but Chido Obi Martin is really ahead of him. Then Ethan Whitley is another one who is really ahead of him, meaning that he has 4 strikers ahead of him, and him returning to Manchester United, he has to do wonders. I know he scored a beauty during the preseason, but all I know is that he needs to score very many goals. He needs to really continue producing moments of brilliancy into the games of football that he's really gonna be fielded into. That is Chido Obi Martin, and I believe that, sorry, not Chido Obi Martin, Joe Heigel has to put in the required shift of football altogether. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. I call upon for your reactions into the comment section about Chido Obi Martin hat-trick for the club of Manchester United. What do you make about it? And obviously, it's very important to note that he has scored a hat-trick in his first start, right? Secondly, what do you talk about Joe Heigel? Talking about Amad Diallo, Garnacho, and Kobbie Mainoo, because those are players that came in through and first played into the academies. Even Amad Diallo first played into the academy. He came in at 18 and he was playing for, I think, the under-20s, under-21s for the club of Manchester United because they wanted him to be counted as a player from the academy. And he was later introduced into the team of Manchester United and he did wonders. So your thoughts onto that are welcome in the comment section below. And David remains my name. I'm out. Bye-bye.